Dear students, in previous class we discussed about limits and its properties, its formulas, and its rules. Today we will learn some more details and we'll do some problems of the limits. So, objectives. On completion of this period, you would be able to find limits using standard functions, other standard forms. Number one, limit extends to a x power n minus a power n by x minus a equals to n into a power n minus 1. Number two, limit extends to a x power m minus a power m by x power n minus a power n equals to m by n into a power m minus n. Number third, limit extends to 0 sin x by x equals to 1. Limit extends to 0 sin mx by x equals to m. In the third formula, sin x means we know that is sin 1x. So right side we have 1. The same way here sin mx. So in the right side we had m. So this is the technique, this is the way to remember the formulas. And fifth form or fifth standard form or fifth formula, limit extends to 0 tan x by x equals to 1. Sixth formula, limit extends to 0 tan mx by x equals to m. Seventh one, limit extends to 0 cos x equals to 1. Problems. First one, evaluate a limit extends to 2 x power 7 minus 2 power 7 by x power 5 minus 2 power 5. So if we observe the question, the given function of the question is in the form of the standard form, that is limit extends to a x power m minus a power m by x power n minus a power n. So that equals to, we know, m by n into a power m minus n. Let us see the standard form. It had a second given at a second point or second formula. Second formula is m by n into a power m minus n. So now the question is belongs to this second form. So solution, limit extends to 2. So here, if we not remember the second formula, we can do it as a first formula, using first formula also. How the first formula means, first we have to remember what is the first formula. The formula is limit extends to a x power m minus a power m by x minus a equals to m into a power m minus 1. If the power is n, then we read n into a power n minus 1. So to get in the first form, we are dividing both numerator and denominator with x minus 2. That's why we write x minus 2 to the numerator and denominator. Now limit is giving for numerator and denominator. In a fraction, we can separate the limit. We already know the property. So limit extends to 2, x power 2 minus 2 power 2 by x minus 2 by limit extends to 2, x power 5 by 5 minus 2 power 5 by x minus 2. Here we are separated and we are given a limit for both numerator and denominator. Now it is looking like a first form. The first form is here given a yellow colored background shaded and given in a rectangular box. That is limit extends to a x power n minus a power n by x minus a equals to n into a power n minus 1. So in this form we have the step now. So using this formula we can apply. Then we have in the numerator 7 into 2 power 7 minus 1. Here n is 7 and a is 2. The same way we can apply the formula for denominator also. So the denominator n value is 5 and a value is 2. So 5 into 2 power 5 minus 1. That equals to 7 by 5 into 2 power 6 by 2 power 4. That equals to 7 by 5 into 2 power 6 minus 4. That equals to 7 by 5 into 4. That equals to 28 by 5. Question number 2. Evaluate limit extends to 0 sin mx by sin nx. Solution is limit extends to 0 sin mx by sin nx. Now dividing both numerator and denominator with x to bring in the standard form, we are dividing both numerator and denominator with x. So we can see here limit extends to 0 sin mx by x by sin nx by x. Here main divided is in the middle. Now we can split the limit, or we can apply the limit for each of the fraction, that is to the numerator and denominator. This is the property we already learned in previous class. So limit can be applied for each numerator and denominator. So now we can write limit extends to 0 sin mx by x whole divided by limit extends to 0 sin nx by x, that equals to m by n. Since limit extends to 0, sin ax by x equals to a. So by using this formula we got m by n. Here in place of a, in the numerator we have m, and in the denominator we have n. So for both we applied this yellow color background shaded formula, which is in rectangular box. So the formula is limit extends to 0 sin ax by x equals to a. Third question, evaluate. Evaluate means we have to find the value of the given function for the at given limit. So the question is limit theta tends to 0 sin 4 theta plus sin 2 theta whole divided by 6 theta. In the numerator we have sin 4 theta plus sin 2 theta. In the denominator we have 6 theta. Given that limit theta tends to 0, so now this is we are writing solution. So first, as it is what he has given, we are writing here limit theta tends to 0 sin 4 theta plus sin 2 theta by 6 theta. Here in the denominator we have 6, that is a constant. So by using property we know the constant we can take outside of the limit. So here we are writing 1 by 6 outside of the limit, and remaining denominator we are splitting both the numerators terms. In the numerator we have two terms, addition of two terms. So for each term we are splitting the denominator theta. So we can write 1 by 6 into limit theta tends to 0 of sine 4 theta by theta plus sine 2 theta by theta. Now we can give the limit for each term. In the brackets we have the addition of two terms. So by property we can give the limit for each term. So 1 by 6 into limit theta tends to 0 sine 4 theta by theta plus limit theta tends to 0 sine 2 theta by theta. This is now we can observe it is in the form limit theta tends to 0 or limit x tends to 0 sine ax by x equals to a. So here the formula is given in a yellow colored background shaded and kept in a rectangular box. So by using this formula now we can write this equals to 1 by 6 into, so in place of limit theta tends to 0 sine 4 theta by theta you can write 4, and similarly limit theta tends to 0 sine 2 theta by 2 sine 2 theta by theta we can write 2. So 1 by 6 of 4 plus 2. Here the bracket is missing, so we have to kept it in a bracket. So 6 by 6 that equals to 1. So the value is 1. Evaluate. Next question, number 4. Evaluate limit x tends to 0 1 minus cos x by x square. Here we cannot substitute directly 0 in the function because we will get indefinite value. We cannot determine. So we are converting it into standard forms which we know, and to convert to standard form we are using different ways. So in previous problems we did multiplied or divided with a particular factor, and we are brought into the standard form. And now here it is a another question and different from the previous questions. See, the solution first you have to write as a what the question is given. So given that limit extends to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square, and that equals to, here we have to know the formula for 1 minus cos theta. From trigonometry we know, in the first sem we already know 1 minus cos theta equal to 2 sine square theta by 2. Actually the formula is 1 minus cos 2 theta. So 1 minus cos 2 theta equal to 2 sine square theta. From that we can write 1 minus cos theta equals to 2 sine square theta by 2. These are all we discussed in trigonometric, that is in the trigonometry multiple and submultiple angles we discussed, and we applied this type of formulas. This type of formulas we are applied in trigonometry multiple and submultiple chapter. So in the same way here we are bringing in single term, because in the numerator in the question we have two terms, 1 and cos x. Now we are converted it or transformed it as a one term, that is 2 sine square x by 2. And here we are applied a trigonometry formula, that is 1 minus cos theta equals to 2 sine square theta by 2. This is we already know in first sem trigonometry. So here we are written. Next, in the numerator and denominator we have a power 2. So we put commonly for numerator and denominator power 2. So we are keeping them in a bracket, and whole power 2. Both numerator and denominator together we are kept in a bracket, and power 2 it is applied, then it is equal to the above step. So the 2 is a constant, we can in the next step we can write it outside, or we can send the denominator side also. So here we have formula, that is limit extends to a, sine ax by x equals to a. Here a means 1 by 2. So we can bring into the standard form by putting limit inside the bracket. So we have a property, and we can use that property. We can bring the limit inside of the bracket. So 2 into the, when limit went to inside the bracket, we are ring, then it is in the form of a background colored, yellow color background shaded here given, and a rectangular box also given. So that is looking like in the standard form. So we can say the value 1 by 2 power 2 as it is, and 2 into 1 by 2 whole square means 1 by 4. So 2 into 1 by 4 means 1 by 2. So the value is 1 by 2. So here we are followed a different method to find a limit. Here we are applied a trigonometric formula and we converted it into standard form step by step. Next question. The number is actually this is just wait, the number up to now is 3 after 4, okay, but after 4 next question is fifth, but here wrongly printed or wrongly typed, so you can write it is a fifth question. There is a no problem with the number, so you can write it as a 5 or number 5 or fifth question. Evaluate limit theta tends to 0 cos 3 theta minus cos 5 theta by cos 7 theta minus cos 9 theta. So here if we apply or if we substitute the 0 in place of theta, we will not get a determined value. If we substitute and simplify, we get indeterminate. We cannot determine. So we have to follow some methods to bring it into the standard form. Let us see. Solution. Take the given function or given problem, that is given that limit theta tends to 0 cos 3 theta minus cos 5 theta by cos 7 theta minus cos 9 theta. If we observe this question or problem or function, here in the numerator we have two terms, in the denominator also we have two terms. By observing numerator and denominator, we can apply here transformation formulas of the trigonometry functions. That is, they are looking like a cos C minus cos D formula. So we know how to transform and what is the formula. In the transformation, we learned how to transform from summation or subtraction of two terms into a one term or single term, or addition to product or subtraction to product. By using that, we can change the form of the question. So here the formula is given in a pink colored background. See, cos C minus cos D equals to minus 2 sine C plus D by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. Here c means in the numerator 3 theta and d means 5 theta. Similarly, we can apply the denominator terms also. In the denominator, c indicates 7 theta, d represents 9 theta. So in the left side, in the formula, we have two terms. But in the right side, we have all or as a product and single term, we say. So here subtractions, two terms, and subtraction is relation between two terms, that is cos c minus cos d. These are two terms having in between subtraction, and in the right side the two terms are transformed into a single term, that is from subtraction to product or multiply, we say. So this is the transformation. You can say subtraction to multiplication or two terms to one term, and this is helpful to our problem. Next, here we are applying like this. Then we have limit theta tends to 0 minus 2 sine c plus d means 3 theta plus 5 theta by 2, that is 8 theta by 2, that is 4 theta, and sine c minus d 3 theta minus 5 theta minus 2 theta by 2, that is minus theta. Same way, minus 2 into sine 7 theta plus 9 theta by 2, it is 8 theta, and sine of 7 theta minus 9 theta by 2, we have minus 2 theta by 2, that is minus theta. Now minus 2 and sine of minus theta means minus sine theta. So minus into minus plus. Same way denominator also it becomes plus. Then we have limit theta tends to 0 and 2 get cancelled. So remaining sine theta also get cancelled. So the remaining part is sine 4 theta by sine 8 theta. So to bring the standard form, we are multiplying and dividing to the numerator with 4 theta. The same way in the denominator, we are multiplying and dividing with 8 theta. So we get like this: limit theta tends to 0 sine 4 theta by 4 theta into 4 theta and sine 8 theta by 8 theta into 8 theta. So theta get cancelled, or we will see what to do next. See here, 4 theta and 8 theta means theta will get cancelled. So remaining 4 by 8 is a constant. We can bring it outside. If we apply the limit for numerator and denominator, they are in the standard form. So we have 1. So 4 into 1, 4. In the denominator, 8 into 1, 8. So 4 by 8 means 1 by 2. Here the formula is we can say limit theta tends to 0 sine theta by theta equals to 1. So you can say here we are seeing in place of theta 4 theta. So for the limit theta tends to 0, you can multiply to the left and right with 4. Then we have limit 4 theta tends to 4 into 0 0. So when theta tends to 0, then we say 4 theta also tends to 0. So now it is exactly represents the standard form. So then if we apply, we get the value that is 1 by 2. So here in 4th and 5th we applied the trigonometric formulas. So and in this the end we applied the limit formula that is here given in a yellow color background shaded, kept in a rectangular box. The form is limit theta tends to 0 sine ax by x equals to a. So to bring this, it is easy because in the numerator and denominator theta get cancelled, 4 also, or 4 get cancelled, and in a 4 theta 8 theta get cancelled. So it is then exactly like this. So then we have 4 and 8 in the numerator, 4, and in the denominator 8. So there is a way we cannot change the limit tense, that is by putting theta tends to 0, we can apply this formula also. So here in the numerator 4 theta, in the denominator 8 theta. From that theta get cancelled, and 4 are get cancelled in the numerator, and 8 also get cancelled in the denominator. Then remaining part, it is exactly like this background yellow color background shaded form. Then a is 4 and b is are in the numerator 4 and the denominator 8. So 4 by 8. Now some questions are given like a quiz. Let us try to try to find which the one is the correct answer. Let us see. Limit x tends to 0 log of log 1 plus x by x equals to. So you can apply here the formulas and properties. You can know. Second one, limit x tends to 2 x power root 2 minus 2 power root 2 by x minus 2. This is also in the formula. Next, third one, limit x tends to 0 sine ax minus sine bx by x equals. So answers will be given later. So first you see the formulas, or we say standard forms, and use properties. apply the formula and property and find the value. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I will help you. So try. And next, you select the which answer you got from the given options. You select one option, and some more problems are here given, which are comes in the previous exam. So these models may come or repeats, so try to these problems and find the values. So question number 1, limit extends to 0. Sin 7x minus sin 5x by sin 6x minus sin 4x. So this is if we apply direct, it is not possible to define the value. So we have to use trigonometric formulas, that is transformations, sin c minus sin d formula. So sin c minus sin d formula is, you can know, it is came in first sem, that is 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Next, number 2. So for first question, apply that formula and simplify, then you will get the value. The second one, second question, limit extends to 0. 1 minus cos x by x into sin x. So here you can use trigonometric formula, same. 1 minus cos theta you can represent as a 2 sin square x by 2, and sin x you can represent 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. So like that you can substitute and simplify and then bring it in the standard form, then use the formula, then we will get the value. Third question, limit extends to 2 under root of x cube minus under root 8 by, here in the denominator the root is very prolonged, only root is up to first term, that is under root of x power 5, only for that only the root. So it is mistakenly extended, so cut it. The numerator how it is for x cube, in the same way in the denominator it is up to x power 5 minus under root 32. If you observe, in the numerator we can write 8 as a 2 power 3. In the denominator we can write 2 power 5. And if we remove the roots, we know how to remove x power 3 whole power 1 by 2. If we remove the first term of the numerator, that is x power 3 by 2. In the same way, root 8 means 2 power 3 by 2. Like that, the denominator also. So then it is in the form of a standard form, then you can apply and write the value. Number 4, limit theta tends to 2 x power 7 minus 2 power 7 by x power 5 minus 2 power 5. Actually, theta is not correct term, it is a x, because the function is given in a x, so it is wrongly typed, wrongly printed. So limit x tends to 2, not theta. Sometimes some letters will be unknowingly comes, unfortunately. So we have to think and observe the question, then we know it is a x. So that is not a worried point. So these are all we can bring in the standard form, or we can observe it. Some questions are directly in the standard form, so we can easily find these values. Summary: in this in this session or lesson, okay, you have learned to find limits using standard function, that is formulas, we can say, and we know how to do or how to apply. So assignment is given, that is evaluate limit theta tends to 0 cosec theta minus cot theta by theta. Next, limit theta tends to 0, 1 minus cos theta by theta into sin theta, and limit theta tends to 0, 1 minus cos p theta by 1 minus cos q theta. Limit theta tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x by x square. So you have some more problems in our math textbook. Exercise problems you can start doing